My guests today are world-renowned missionary evangelists who have ministered in over 100 nations across the globe. He and his wife are well known for the many healings and deliverances and breakthroughs that take place in their meetings. They are here to talk about one of their latest books, Marriage Rocks Home Improvement. Please welcome Dr. Guy and Ilke Peh. Welcome both of you to the program.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
We're so blessed to be here.
All the way from Dallas, Texas, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're so glad that you're here and that you take time to be with us, traveling all around the world. And congratulations on the brand new baby.
Thank you.
Thank
She's
you.
10 weeks old.
All right, that's awesome.
She's our world right now.
Well, you guys have written so many books,
Yes.
and you have traveled around the globe preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I wanted you to talk about this new book that you guys have put out, Marriage Rocks Home Improvement. And he also has a study guide that goes with it.
Yes.
And so, you know, I got to ask you, because on the top of this book it says, it's not all about love. Marriage, not all about love? Come on, talk to us, doctor.
You know, this is very interesting. I know this statement is going to cause some challenges, some stirring. You know, love alone is not enough to keep a marriage together.
All right.
And the proof is that you have people that are divorced today that were once in love. You have people that are divorced that still love each other, but it's just that things cannot work. You see, the key to a successful relationship, to a successful marriage and family, the richest man that ever lived said that through wisdom a house is built, through understanding it is established, through knowledge the rooms are filled with all kinds of riches. So what you need is wisdom, is knowledge, is understanding, and knowing how to live with someone that is different than you. You need to understand the idiosyncrasy of the male and the female. You need to understand how to manage emotion, disappointment. This is very important, because if you don't understand those things, when time comes, when things are difficult, you're going to dump that marriage.
Well, I heard a guy who said once, it's an old school, marriage a long time ago. He said, his wife said, well, you never tell me you love me anymore. And he said, well, when we got married, I told you I love you. And if I change my mind, I'll let you know. But it takes more than that, right? You have to work, you have to have the wisdom. That's what you're talking about, knowledge and stuff.
It's very interesting, that the United States government will not allow you to get on the road.
That's right.
Unless you read a book, unless you take a test, pass the test, and only when they're satisfied that you can handle their road, then they will let you get into a car and drive. But the same government, if you want to get married, all you need is enough brain to find the door of the courthouse, and all they will ask you is, are you related? And they will give you a license. And that's why sometimes your car will last longer than your marriage.
Ooh. Oh, man,
because
that's tough.
you prepare to get married, you study, you take tests, you read books. But when it comes to our marriage, most people spend more time preparing for the wedding than they prepare for the marriage. And that's why today many relationships do not work. It's not just about love. You really need wisdom. You need to understand how to manage the difference between men and women. You see, because in the beginning, those differences are very exciting. Before marriage, opposites attract. But after marriage, opposites irritates if you don't know how to manage the differences between men and women.
I think there's a lot of people agreeing with you probably in some cases right now. So say it again. Before marriage, opposites attract.
Opposites attract.
After marriage,
opposites irritates if you don't know how to manage the differences between men and women. And and God has designed those differences, so you have to work with the design, not against it, but you need to understand how to work on that design. Now, the first year of marriage, the man speaks, the woman listens. Yeah. The second year of the marriage, the woman speaks and the man listens. The third year of marriage, the man and the woman are speaking and the neighbors are listening.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's where that wisdom comes into play.
So Dr. Sperry, who won the Nobel Peace Prize, did a research. He discovered that between the 16 and 26 weeks of gestation in the womb, baby boys have a chemical reaction that slows the development of the right side of the brain. Now, the right side of the brain is for caring, remembering, and conversation. The left side of the brain is for logic. So most men are predominantly left brain oriented, while women are both left and right brain oriented. So Dr. Sperry discovered what most women already knows, that every man is born brain damaged. And this feature between the left brain and the right
Sure.
brain affects every aspect of our relationships. You know, a woman can get off the 30-minute conversation from the phone, and you ask her, how's mom? She will be able to go word by word play and repeat verbatim the entire conversation. You ask a man about a conversation that he just had on the phone, he will say, mom is fine. You ask a man about his honeymoon, he will remember that he had one. You ask a woman about her honeymoon, she remembers all the details and everything. What's the difference? Left brain and right brain. And most men, you know, think in the box. They like to think about one thing and then they move into the next thing. But a woman can think about several things. Her mind works like spaghettis. You know, she can be talking on the phone, cooking, taking care of her baby, and even reading a book at the same time. And those features, you know, really affect every aspect of the relationship between a man and a woman.
So there's a lot that goes into it. You and I have been sharing a lot of good stuff here. Ilke, I need some help here. Help us out. Anything?
I think that's why the Bible tells a man to love a woman, but the Bible never tells a woman to love a man. The Bible tells to the women that they have to respect their husband.
Sure.
Because the way a man receives love is to respect. And the greatest fear of a woman is not to be loved and to be abandoned. But the greatest fear of a man is to fail. That's why every woman should be the greatest cheerleader of her husband. She should cheer him on by respecting him. She should cheer him on by celebrating his success and not just by nagging and being complaining all the time. Because a man, if you complain and nag all the time, it will reduce his self-worth and he will feel a failure. And the greatest fear of a man is to fail.
Wow, I don't know if I shake my hand, yes, right, but I think I certainly agree with you, absolutely. You know, we talked about marriage can enhance your destiny or destroy your destiny.
Yes, this is very important. There are people, before they were married, they understood they had a vision for God, a purpose for God, and they were on fire for God. They were going somewhere. After they got married, now they're depressed, they're discouraged, they don't know anymore their calling, and it's often the case that if you don't do it right, it can be the most destructive force in your life. But also the Bible says that one can put 1,000,
That's right.
and two can put 10,000. Marriage can also enhance your destiny. For instance, my wife is the best thing that happened to me. She's the best thing that ever happened to me outside of getting saved.
Sure.
And surely when I got married, everything in my life just exploded, you know, and that can happen. So marriage can enhance your destiny, or marriage can destroy your destiny. The point is don't take it lightly. Take it seriously. You know, prepare, study for it. You know, in our generation today, people think, you know, all I need is to fall in love. But a lot of times feelings are just a chemical reaction. You can fall in love almost effortlessly. It's just a chemical reaction from the brain. You see something that you like and you fall in love, and you fall out of love.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why you need to really, really be prepared. And so, because it can destroy your destiny or it can derail your destiny.
Wow, it's very awesome. You know, marriage is certainly something that is near and dear to the heart of God. He established it for us, and we have to work on it. We have to continue to grow in it and gain that wisdom that we need. I always say that the grass is greener on the side you water the most, and so where you put that investment in. And so today, Dr. Guy and Ilke have a great book and a work study book that goes with it, right?
That's
so you
right,
can work
that's
together.
correct.
Couples can work on this together, right?
Discussions, couples.
And what we do in the book is we go through every area of the house and we speak about every area of the house and we make a parallel with a marriage.
Wow, so that's part of the home improvement here.
That's
so
right.
That's awesome. Well, Marriage Rocks, home improvement, so much more great things to talk about. I want to say thank you to both of you for sharing your heart on marriage and this resource. Go to their website, find out that information, how you can get a hold of it. Invest in yourself. If you feel like your marriage is falling apart, do something today to put God first in it, to enhance in it, to get that wisdom, to get that knowledge, and so you can continue to be all that God has designed and destined your marriage to be. You guys are traveling around the world, and you know how important it is to continue to spread the gospel of Jesus.
Really, it is. I really appreciate TCT for what you're doing. You know, we've been all over the world. You know, I've traveled over 2 million miles. That's button seat. That's not award miles. That's not, you know, these are miles that I earned sitting on an airplane, and over 120 nations. And that can be very taxing, and it's difficult to do that. But, you know, TCT, for instance, you guys, you can do, and it took us years and years to do that. You guys can do this just in a matter of hours, you go all over the world.
Right.
So I just want to encourage people, to sponsor, to sow into this television ministry. And even I myself, we appreciate the fact that we've been invited here. This is the second time, and we really want to sow into this ministry. I encourage people, if they're watching right now, just to be able to invest into this ministry and help TCT go all over the world, because it takes resources, it takes finances to be able to go all over the world and share the gospel. And you can do that, by partnering with them, and we are going to do that by partnering with them. And I want to encourage you to sow your best seed today. We're going to sow our best seed today.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that, and I hope all of you are watching, hear what Doctor is sharing with us, and we appreciate your support. It certainly makes a huge difference. Well, thank you again to both of you for all you're doing. Keep preaching the gospel around the world, and I appreciate you so much. Well, go to their website, find out more about it. Tom, this is a great topic on marriage, finding out that it does take more than love in a marriage.
It really does, Judge, and yeah, I've been enjoying listening to them, and even that example he gave kind of towards the beginning about getting a driver's license compared to a marriage license, and how we study for that. I've actually been reading a book on marriage lately, and one of the things that the book pointed out was really similar, saying that we so often educate ourselves. We go to school, we take classes for these different things that we want to learn in life. Even getting a driver's license, we go to driving school. We go to college to learn more about the career we want to pursue. And we know that there's classes and educational things out there for just about anything we could want to do. We want to learn how to cook a meal, we can go and do a cooking class. But yeah, so often we just expect kind of marriages to just kind of come together without that hard work, without that seeking of the education. But as I mentioned, I'm reading a book right now. I'm already married and marriage is going great, but, continuing to seek out what is some good wisdom. And I think we should do that for every area of our life, and even kind of tying it back into the overall theme and topic today of leadership. Marriage is one place where we can exercise leadership. Not saying that we have to lead over our spouse like we're their boss or anything like that, but we can work together to lead a household, to lead a family. And so love hearing that. Some really great advice on how to hopefully make our marriages even better.
Yeah, absolutely. And, one thing, a revelation that came for me on working on my marriage was that I was the one that needed to do some changing. That was deep revelation. We don't have to change her. I got to change too. That's part of it. So I have to work on it. So yeah, absolutely. Being a good leader of the home, you might have to make some changes. Well, I want to say thanks to all of you that are watching. If you haven't become a sponsor or a partner is the word I want to say to this ministry, I want to encourage you to do that today. Simply just go online at tct.tv, or you can do this. You can make the phone call 800-232-9855 and sow your very best seed. I want to encourage you, if maybe you'd like to be a monthly partner of $30 a month, or you want to just sow a one-time seed, maybe something that God's speaking to your heart, well, it helps us to continue to do what we do to share the love and the gospel of Jesus Christ to the whole wide world. Well, there's more coming up on the program. I'll help you make that call. We're going to go to Tom for the question of the day,